right. That should about do that. Hey guys, hey, it's me. Hi, it's Tech. It's Tech Drinko. How you guys doing? I have crazy allergies apparently, which is a huge bummer. Oh, that's loud. That's loud specifically in my ears. Because it seems to be manifesting in the most unfortunate places. Namely, my throat, and also, kind of a sinuses place. It's making my ears pop in like a really weird and bad way. So now everything's just a little bit muffled, and I don't like it. That is not the element that you said that was. All right, whatever. Anyway, hey, let me just... Where did I leave that? You and you. But hey, we're here. Let's see. I've now started to... Did you see that? My voice cracked in just an awful way. Ugh. I've left notes for myself based on which game I'm playing right now. I have one for Triple C now. It's an interesting one. Let's not talk, but it doesn't matter here because we're talking about Ataraxia. And last time, and for watching this sequentially, we got to meet Kaleido Ruby, Rin's weird magical girl stick. I don't know that I try. Look, okay. If Kaleido Ruby's shtick was just I dress up girls in cute outfits and like I don't know, I would like him infinitely more. But I know Kaleido Ruby. I know what she's about. I know she skews, let's say, younger. So I'm like, it's just to say it's unconscionable would be like weird, because that's moralizing on a weird. No, anyway, whatever. Look, it doesn't matter. Kaleido Ruby is so close to doing something cool and good, but due to her own tastes, which apparently the stick is a girl. Go figure. Just weird. Just weird. Also, on that note, how did I write this? Stay Night / Hollow Atraxia Ilya does not get swept up at events. She is the event people get swept up in. She sets the pace, and woe befall any that does not go with her. I'm pretty sure that was about Ilya's special little spin-off. Although apparently that's really cool in the latter half of its existence, so who's to say? Whatever. Listen, those are scattered thoughts. Right now, I'm interested in seeing what's going on now that we've opened some stuff up. I'm very... We got interested into a blue blonde lady. She seemed cool. I know who she is. She is. I didn't think that this is how they met, but hey, whatever. What a character introduction. Just something special all the way around. All right, let's get in and see how this is going. Hello. Oh shit. There he goes. Okay. To the streets. Oh man, really? Okay. I was gonna say all that preamble and there's nothing new. There's at least one thing new. I wipe the sweat off my forehead as I head towards the crowded street in front of the Shinto station. The shortening of days makes one feel the arrival of late autumn. What's with today? Sure is hot out. Should have worn a hat. And then, as I'm looking for shade, I meet someone familiar. Yo, Tosaka. What are you looking at? Oh, maybe it is an Emiya-kun. Did something catch her interest? I turned towards whatever she was facing earlier. Waku Splash? Sabun? Yeah, I didn't realize they had built a pool this big here. It just opened this summer. It's an all-season indoor water park. Everything from water slides to artificial wave pools are housed under this domed roof. It always feels like summer, or so the advertisements say. It just opened in July. I remember seeing the ad here in the newspaper. Mark of an experienced housewife. I wonder what it's like. Who knows? None of my friends ever went there. Speaking of which, your house is Western style, right? Could it be that you have your own swimming pool? Maybe? Yeah, I do actually. I just never use it because it's a waste of money. She answers matter-of-factly. Just perfect answers for the mere mortals that imagine a huge mansion like hers is having one in the backyard. But don't compare it to that. Mine is small. It's 50 meters long at most. Doing some quick math. I may be wrong. Isn't that like 45 feet at least? Hold on. This is what I have my other screen for. That's almost 50 feet long. Jesus. Not about the size, Tosaka. What I mean is a typical house wouldn't have something like a swimming pool, would it now? Damn those capitalists. Wish they'd all fall on the sides of their own pools. What? You want to use my pool? Maybe. Once. I'd just like to know what it's like to swim in a private pool. What a surprise. In here I thought you weren't the type to like recreational activities, Emiya-kun. Well, I do feel like it once in a while. Not too long ago, Shinji dragged me to a movie. It told the story of the daughter of a tycoon living in a mansion and a lonely, wandering drifter falling into the river of love. Going to watch a movie all of a sudden is fine, I guess. There's just something wrong when two guys make it their choice of pastime. Right. But like, listen. The man lived a life of pain, and later... Oh, hey, wow. And later somehow became one who inflicts pain on others. His shuttered heart was gradually forced open by the unbelievably moving charm of the heroine. Oh, uh-huh. Is this referencing something? She kind of looks like Alko? Maybe? Does he have a gun in his hand? What is going on here? Is this some reference I'm missing? Damn it. Yeah, it was quite interesting. Then, somehow having her maternal instincts tickled by this guy, the heroine is also charmed by, falls in love, and eventually decides to elope with him. On the last night, they were playing in the mansion's swimming pool. The vivid scene had enough brilliant shots to make a whole photo book and left a deep impression on me. So that's how it went. Not a bad movie, that. Of course, the man's other affair was also exposed, and he was murdered by the main heroine. The ending of the corpse floating in the pool also left a deep mark in my heart. Or was it the woman that died? Brother man. You can't leave it like that. Well, why not? Perhaps, why not? Perhaps I'll reconsider using the pool after all. Wait, really? It's good to relieve yourself of your burdens once in a while. Okay, you have my permission. You did promise to devote one whole day just to studying. Let the pool be the reward for diligently enduring my strict training. What's with the sudden change of heart? Tosaka's mood has improved dramatically. So that means the prohibition on your pool has been lifted. Remember your words. Don't try to charge me for Don't try to charge me for half the water fee after I come over. Don't worry. Didn't I already tell you that I'll let it go? I won't do something so underhanded this time. Next summer might be worth looking forward to. Tosaka grins happily. She's having fun mocking the poor, it seems. Damn capitalist. Oh, and mind if I bring Saber along? It's a rare opportunity. It'd be wasteful for me to keep it all to myself. What do you mean by that? Come on, you know you would like to see her too. Because swimming alone would be boring, you know. Alone? So it'd be more fun if we call everyone, not just Saber. We can invite Sakura and Ryder too. I count up all the people living at my house with my fingers. Ilia's castle of eternal winter has a hot spring, but being so cold all the time, it probably doesn't have a swimming pool. She'd be happy if she got invited too. Speaking of which, Fujinu is sure to be mad if she isn't invited either. Wait a moment, Amiya-kun. Right. You're totally right. I almost forgot. There's a limit to how insensitive you can be. Let's invite Mitsuzuri and Makidera. The more the merrier. That's not it at all, you moron. Moron. What? I'll make sure to clean up after, so you can take your time and rest inside while we all play in the pool. Tosaka falls into total silence, as if greatly displeased by something. Yeah, I guess it might get noisy, huh? But it's such a rare opportunity to use a private pool, right? We wouldn't be bothering anyone else, and there's just so much more we could do that can't be done in public. Isn't it great? Things that can't be done in public, such as using inflatable toys while others are swimming, and barbecues, so on. Just thinking about it, it's getting me all excited. Hey, doesn't that sound great? Like hell? What are you thinking, you animal? Oh my god. Ow. On the floor? She OTG'd me. I'm suddenly aware of the burning heat. The scorching asphalt road burns my skin. So hot and painful. Unable to withstand it, I flip over and lie on my back. In my garden, right in front of me. What the hell is that? Can't believe it, you honor this reservist. It's decided henceforth, other than Shirou, no one else can even think of stepping into my house. Huh? Wait, how did we get there? I don't remember doing anything that deserves special treatment. Don't remember that... It's so... Oh, wow. It's so retarded it drives me nuts. What exactly is going on here? Why don't we calm down and reason it out, Tosaka? So now you suddenly get serious. Yeah, maybe I am a bit slow. A bit? Sorry. Very slow. Hi, Riley Aurora. What's going on? I was able to see the messages. It's just, somewhat recently I got talked to by a bot, so I was making sure maybe like a real thing. What's going on? How's your day been? I hope you don't mind. I'm going to keep reading it while you type. Very interesting. Sorry, very slow. How can I say this? What I meant was, I won't understand if you don't say it clearly. I need you to explain. That's... In other words... That's right. To explain something, you need these. Her glasses. Yes, thank you. Hold on. What I'm saying is that, getting you to clean my pool, and that's why you're the only one invited. Okay. The hard labor route, indeed. Oh, that's interesting. I'm dropping some frames. Hopefully not that much. Cool. I don't recall promising anything of the sort. Well, can't really say that. I actually was planning on cleaning everything by myself. I remember the titanic struggle of cleaning Homura Academy's pool before it opened. A 15-meter, 8-lane swimming pool. I had to take out the water, scrape out all of the moss, and disinfect the surface. Tough job. It's supposed to be the swim club's duty, but thinking back, I've helped them every year, so for that reason alone, I'm a veteran. Did I even give you a choice? Don't you think that you break the rule of equivalent exchange, getting to use a pool and then doing nothing in return? Yes, Riley Aurora 2, you can. You know what? Yeah, you can play this game on PS4, Riley Aurora 2. The same message that last bot had. Patterns. Pattern recognition. Anyway. Nicely done. So she planned to trick me into doing manual labor from the start. This is why you can't let your guard down around Tosaka. Oop, shit. So what? You could just have everyone help out with the cleaning. You really are dense, aren't you? What I mean is, I have no intention of letting a whole crowd come into my house. Tosaka, aren't you on pretty good terms with everybody? That's different. You finally get a chance to use a private pool, and what do? You try to get the population density back up. I'm just going to ignore the rest of those messages, because that's not actually happening. That's a weird scheme to get me to add people in Discord. I try not to add too many people in Discord, because it's kind of like a private line. I don't know. Just adding people willy-nilly seems weird. So, to put it simply, you just don't like it when it's noisy? That's fine, I'll make sure to take care of the house while you're away. That'll be the price I pay to allow Saber in the other entry. It's okay if we just keep it down, right? Great reasoning. Utterly hopeless lack of oxygen supply to the brain. Is it the hot weather, scum? Oh god, there it goes again. I'm doomed. It feels like Tosaka's anger just went up a level. Listen, there's nothing to think about. My pool is for you and you only, and there's no way in hell I shall ever allow Saber or anyone else to use it. Real ones would know she would totally let Saber use it. Maybe not anybody else, but at least Saber. Do you understand? If you do, respond with a yes. What? Oh, the only one that's allowed to use the pool is me, right? Too slow. I will be the only one using the pool, and no one but us will be enjoying themselves in the pool. Now repeat. Oh, I will be the only one using the pool, and no one but us will be enjoying themselves in the pool. Too slow. Again. Listen, I will be the only one using the pool. No one but us will be enjoying themselves in the pool, and I invite you and only you to the pool. Now repeat. Okay. I will be the only one using the pool, and no one but us will be enjoying ourselves in the pool, and I invite you and only you to the pool. Tosaka, are you happy now? What? Seems like I said something that doesn't quite feel right at the end. Very good. See, you can do it if you put your mind to it, Shirou. Now, in front of me is one sulking Tosaka. Wait, that was... No, did I just send out an invitation for like a date? Of course, you said it loud and clear, Emiya-kun. Well, that is... I guess I am happy. Then the pool at your place, then? Nope, the pool at my house isn't good enough. Tomorrow or the day after. That's where I'll take you, Shirou. Her finger is pointing towards the giant glass dome in the distance. You're taking me to Waku Waku Splash? Uh-huh. A fascinating place filled with the air of relaxation, with the feeling of being in an authentic European resort. The water, too, is kept close to a body temperature at 33 to 34 degrees Celsius. An indoor water park that can be enjoyed all year round. She passionately reads the words from the billboard. Well, that's amazing. Then wait till you hear this. It says the pool slides are just like beaches where you can feel the waves, and the mushroom slides are children's favorites. Alright, we'll let our souls melt at the wonderland of eternal summer. Sure, we'll let ourselves loose. About what happened just now, though, is that, like, actually happening? Yeah, there it is. There's the pitch. Anyway. Yep, sure is. Emiya-kun will be going together with me on a date. Wait, like, a date? Great, but isn't that way too sudden? And there of all places? If anything, it's long overdue. I just got a brand new swimsuit too. No one else has seen it yet, so they'll be treated to the honor of seeing its debut. The shock feels not unlike getting my heart pierced by a gay bulb, which he has experienced at least once. Tosaka's swimsuit? Just looking at her in the casual clothes already takes my breath away. If I see her like that, I'll drop dead in an instant. I'll probably still be growing next summer, and that swimsuit might just get too lewd for me to wear. But maybe you'd prefer it that way, Shirou? Still growing? I'm sure she isn't talking about her height, so I can rest easy. No, I can't! My heart is already pounding like crazy, even with her figure obscured by clothes. On top of an instant death, I'll be guaranteed to come back as a ghost. They say pairs can actually use the water slides together. With a height of 18 meters throughout the course of 180 meters, the maximum speed is 40 kilometers. At that point, clinging to each other's bodies, you'll never know what you may be touching. Does she actually want my heart to explode? I get tingly just touching her hand. If this goes too far, no doubt I'll die instantly, come back as a heroic spirit, and become Tosaka's servant. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, after all that talk, do you still don't feel like going out with me? Tosaka lowers her eyes meekly. Realizing that I've been salivating, I swallow. I know I have to let Tosaka know that I see through the act she's putting on, and try to stare her down. Ugh. Like hell I'm going to let myself be tricked so easily. Is what he's saying. She did try to make me clean her pool just moments ago. She'll throw out some outrageous request the instant I agree, no doubt about it. This is bad. I feel like a fish on a chopping board, like a prisoner in Alcatraz. The price for going on a date with Tosaka is too high. No way I'll be able to play it in this lifetime. No way. That can't possibly be this perfect in reality. That's right. I'm just that untrustworthy. So as fair payment, you must obey me totally on our date. I'll work you hard at the pool, make no mistake. Shouldn't this be obvious? Huh? What? Is that all there is to it? Oh. Well, if that's all, there's no problem. Wait, Shirou, are you fine with that? Yeah, sure. Why not? But I'll ask once again to make sure. Is that all the compensation you want? That's not it at all. But if you put it like that, then I'm happy to go along. Then it's decided. Getting to spend an entire day with you with just those conditions feels like a great bargain. Being Tosaka's slave is hardly different from the way things are right now. Adding words like total or absolute in front don't make it much of a difference. Wait, so it's decided. Forget everything except me and have fun following my orders. Not like I can back out now, but okay. I'll look forward to it. My mind is already on the day of our date. What would Tosaka look like in her new swimsuit? As someone who has no interest in current fashion trends, I don't have the slightest clue. So can Saber come along? No, you have to completely submit to me. Tosaka's mind is also on the day of our date. But that was a bit too cold. You better be ready. Got it? I'll abuse the heck out of you to make sure nothing as stupid as that ever comes out of your mouth again. She whips away from me with a highly displeased expression on her face. Bap, bap. Just like that, with the stroke of both good and bad luck, I get to go on a date with Tosaka at the pool. You Insta? It's evolving. And yet, when I used to go out with Tosaka before, she'd always be fine with bringing Saber along. So what's the sudden change of heart? That's what I'm saying. Brother. Made a promise to go to the pool with Rin. Is that the Mata residence? That's funny. Alright. Seems like there's nothing new out and about. Which is unfortunate, because I thought there would be. Alright. Nighttime. I wonder if nighttime will bring anything new. Hang around the Emiya residence. Ooh. Oh. Ask about London. Come to think of it, she's been all the way to England and back, so why not take the opportunity to ask her what it was like? Even if I'm not very good, I'm still a magic user. I'm interested in what the headquarters of the Mages Association, this clock tower in London, is like. What kind of place? It's just an ordinary museum, really. Oh, you want your souvenir? With that, Tosaka takes out a super thick book and offers it to me. It's a fancy and unappealing art catalog, something that could be bought with a discount at the British Museum. Well, I guess I'll take it. I accept the present, giving her my thanks. You're welcome. After all, I'll expect you to work hard if you ever have money troubles. If I ever have money troubles, you should start learning how to project things other than weapons. Sculptures are too bulky, so aim for the paintings instead. That's Tosaka for you. Even a souvenir is an investment for her. I'm not going to support criminal activities, Tosaka. First of all, there are certified appraisers here there who deal in magic, aren't there? It wouldn't take them much more than a glance to see through my counterfeits. You didn't seem to fully understand your unique skill yet. There's no one who can see through your projections at first glance. Experts who check the composition will be the first to fail. Spiritual practitioners may sense something out of place with it, but only items with a shady history are sent to the Department of Spiritual Invocation. If you just sell the artwork and escape, you can make a fortune. Oh, I did do that. Alright. What, really? Really, really? So much so, to make me proud as your teacher as well. Ugh, it's a bit complicated, but I might actually be feeling pretty good about this. Well, if we did that, it would come back to haunt us, though. We're not Bonnie and Clyde, and I didn't take being on the wanted list even in exchange for a huge fortune. I couldn't bear that either. I treasure my life more than money. Plus, I couldn't bear being treated as an accomplice, when I was only forced into it either. They may have swapped those two lines. Well, whatever. Where is... Alright, whatever. That's right. It may be fun to earn money in a showy way like that, but all that means nothing if you're exposed instantly. It's like a business that doesn't require any capital. So let's just crank them out without attracting attention instead. A joke. That was just a typical Tosaka style joke. I repeated that 3 times in my head, then decided to completely change the subject. Let's save the business talk for later. Back to London. Was there anything that left a strong impression on you? Something like the prices being cheap, the cooking being bad, or making a friend there? So you want travel stories instead of souvenirs? Let's see. The clock tower was exactly as the name suggests, but most of the workshops there were underground. It was exactly like a dungeon where the level of insanity goes up the deeper you descend. They label each association as a hole in the ground, but those of the clock tower pretty much moles themselves. Anything else? Don't you have some normal stories to share? Anything else? Well, I don't really have the time to go sightseeing. I scraped together materials to make up for the jeweled sword incident. Reserved laboratories, spoke to the higher-ups in the Department of Mineralogy countless times, narrowed down the nobles who seemed like they could become sponsors for me, searched for an apartment to use next year, and just in case I went to look at the student dormitories, which are said to have cheap rent. What's the matter? You look like you just bit into something sour. Well, when I went to check out the student dormitories, I met this real bitch. Thanks to her, I was expelled from the dorm and forced to look for regular apartments. A vein is pulsing in her forehead. Ooh. Hold on, I'm gonna send a message real quick. Some correspondences between friends. Anyway, my vein is pulsing in her forehead. Tosaka can be harsh at times, but I think this is the first time I've heard her call someone a bitch. Could this be the quote-unquote bitch you're talking about is around the same age as us? Why do you say that? No, just a hunch. Just the way you were talking, you know. The way she spoke about her with such disdain sounds like the kind of thing you'd expect between equals, or, to be frank, very similar people. Well, it's as you said. I came across her at the reception desk. At first she spoke normally, she greeted me politely, and the conversation with her was quite agreeable. Well, I did wonder a bit by the way she was dressed, but you could tell at first glance she was rich, and there was nothing yet to make me realize she had such bad taste. Oop, shit. I felt the tint of hatred at the word yet. The intensity of Tosaka's irritation is steadily increasing, and now even her magical energy is pulsing along with the vein on her forehead. Seems like she's just venting at this point. Now then. As Tosaka's story becomes nothing but a continuous stream of dirty phrases beyond this point, let's go to a flashback instead. In the entirety of our student dormitory's Oh, yeah. In the entirety of our student dormitory's history, that incident was by far the worst. Miss Tosaka and Lady Luvia Gelita. There was no point in debating on which one of them is the culprit. The only thing we should ever leave for future generations is the fact that we should never, ever allow those two ladies to be in each other's presence. August 8th, 2000X. Receptionist Octavia Leyland's testimony. This is a reenactment. Ooh. Yes, that should be all. I will inquire about rooms when you that fit your requirements. Please wait a moment. Phew, I somehow managed to make it. Now just wait for the outcome. This is like extra visual novelty because they even got they moved it down here to where orthodox visual novels have their text. Pardon me, may I? This is the registration desk for next year's residence, correct? Yes, please go ahead. Sorry for the obstruction. If you're here to register, you should probably hurry. I am aware of that. There are 7 minutes remaining, yes? You and I were not quite used to this place this time, are we? Pardon me, I have brought the necessary documents. Will that be all? Yes, this is sufficient, madam. Then I will take these in for register you. You should return home for today. Oh my, did our maximum capacity increase by 1? My apologies. Please wait a moment. I shall confirm this right away. So I've seen you doing those infinites in the fighting game. Say. Sorry, please go ahead. Or would you prefer if I go first? No, since you went through the trouble to offer, I shall humbly accept your consideration. Would it be alright if I ask a question? Of course, it seems we're both bored, and it feels like the work of some fate that we should meet like this. I feel the same way. It may have been simple intuition, but I had a feeling we would get along from the moment I first saw you. Although for those who practice magic, relying on one's intuition based on first impression is the same as making a promotion without any basis. Not at all. If it's a premonition instead of a prediction, then it is an incredible feat to rely on intuition alone. Besides, I trust your intuition has never led you astray before, correct? Oh, could that be your intuition? Yeah, if we feel so similar to one another, that we've let our guard down, then that must be the case, after all. You're saying your intuition is never off the mark either? Yes, there is no error in your intuition. I have never misjudged another's personality, even on the first meeting. That's quite some self-confidence. So what's the impression you get from me? What sort of person do you see me as? Stubborn, but a worthy rival of respect. Someone like that, I suppose. From your appearance, you seem to be a first year as well. But this is the first time I've spoken with an Oriental person. I know it isn't polite, but you're Chinese? That's quite a baseless assumption. What makes you think that? The way you move your feet and shift your center of gravity. Perhaps. In the past, I received lessons from someone who gave off that same kind of aura. Although that person was an expert in my homeland. I see. But your homeland... Oh, I beg your pardon, I haven't answered your question yet. Unfortunately, I'm Japanese. However, not pure Japanese, as a quarter of my bloodline is foreign. Probably German. So you were Japanese? Well, such mistakes can happen. Perhaps this is yet another sign for us to deepen this friendship during our time here. Greetings, freshmen of the Orient. My homeland is Finland. Interesting. I'm not going to try and suss out a Finnish accent. I'm going to keep the snooty British. Is the impression she gives off. Compared to yours, it is practically right next door. Japan is the other side of the earth, is it not? Surely you do not come here all by yourself? My parents have already passed away. That's not the reason why, but I'll be coming by myself to enroll at the clock tower next year. Are regions a rare sight in London? I have heard there are not many. However, those that have left their names behind are all the top-of-the-line mages, apparently. You should see that there's no handicap based on race. I see. That's good news. Frankly speaking, I was a little disheartened up until now. I'm only here for a month to get a feel for this place, yet everyone I meet here is a monster, you know. Well, even a Tengu's nose can break, although I suppose you aren't familiar with the saying. I have heard of Tengu. The hermit of Japan with the long nose, is that right? The proverb, a Tengu's nose can break, refers to a powerful and talented person bowing before an even greater power. Is that correct? Yeah, you get the nuance right. I was brewing with confidence in my hometown, but once I ventured outside, I had to reaffirm my resolve. You too? Actually, I had been thinking the very same thing myself. We really are going to get along quite well. Say, we both have come to study abroad by ourselves, right? In that case... Excuse me. Miss Luvia Ederfeld, could I have a moment of your time? Of all the times to interrupt. What? Is there some problem with the documents? No, there is nothing wrong with the documents, but, the situation has changed from what it was a week ago. To put it bluntly, we cannot comply with your request. Your request was for the entire top floor, but there is a new applicant wishing to move in. Wishing to move in? Even though it's already widely known that Ederfeld had chosen this dormitory? Just who exactly is this country bumpkin that would move in for the sole purpose of ruining my mood? That would be the young lady next to you. We received a recommendation from a lord in regard to her about half a year ago. The Ederfeld authority may not be enough to override it. Very well. I cannot overlook your implication that my family crest is inferior to another, but if she's sharing a room with me, I may consider it. She won't be sharing a room with you. She'll be using only one of the 28 rooms you booked. Is that not what sharing a room is? More messages. Anyway. Two people living on the same floor. Is that not room sharing? Then what is it? She isn't my servant, is she? Well, that cannot be helped either. I normally would not allow for such a thing, but fortunately this gives us the opportunity to deepen our friendship even further. How does that sound? If it is with you, even sharing a room does not sound bad. Wouldn't you agree? No problem. I wouldn't say that I have any complaints, but you sure are rich. Then it's decided. You there? She and I will be sharing a room. Come to think of it, we still have not introduced ourselves. I am Luvia Ederfeld. And you are? Tosaka Rin, a Japanese mage studying in the Department of Mineralogy. Tosaka? Wait a moment, that name. I have certainly heard. Then, Miss Tosaka, the documents to sign. Oh, wait a moment. That contract! What the? Hey, what are you doing? That's my... Tosaka, Japan. Fuyuki. Tosaka Rin? You're that Tosaka? What on earth is wrong? Sure, you did strike me as kind of a space case, but there's no reason to... Silence! How dare you trick me? To think you were that Tosaka, a daughter of the cowardly, sneaky, and petty Tosaka family that calls forth mages with a fake rumor of some holy grail, then stabs them in the back. What? Wait, what did you say just now? Could it be that you know about the Holy Grail War in Fuyuki? Oh, yes, I know much about Fuyuki. I thoroughly investigated your ancestry and the level of Japan's mages as well. The results were terrible. Well, it seems rare talent does appear once in a while. Other than those exceptions, they are an inferior race that are not worthy enough to study the mysteries. What did you just say? I don't know who you think you are, little Miss Aristocrat, but I can't forget what you just said. I have no intention of seeking your forgiveness. Understand? You have not a single drop of noble blood in you. I do not know what sort of mishap led you to begin studying magic, but know your place. You there? What we agreed upon just now is null and void. The girl's room was not on my top floor. Understand? These documents, by my Edelfeld name, I declare these shall... Huh? Be turned into garbage, like so. Edelfeld Summer, what? Madame Edelfeld. I don't know, we're going with Sama here in fucking England. Madame Edelfeld, what are you doing? I'm tearing up the recommendation letter from my lord. Never such a thing happened since the founding of this dorm. Is this supposed to be an emoticon? Had got your tongue, Miss Self-Proclaimed Maid from the Sticks? This place doesn't suit you at all. How about kindly returning to that dirty and cramped island nation from whence you came? You anachronistic tube girl. Drill hair? What is this? Were my ears malfunctioning when I heard you say you don't discriminate a moment ago? Oh, the Japanese alone are another matter from other Orientals. Only because you looked extremely lonely, like an abandoned rat, did I offer you any pity before. That also ends here. Now that I know you're the special Tosaka breed of non-human, the only things I have to offer you are a blast of boiling water and Gonda. You really went and said it. Thanks to that, I remember now. Edelfeld. Yeah, I thought that name rang a bell. So it's that Edelfeld, huh? The Edelfelds who participated in the Third War. The stupid aristocrats who split up early due to internal conflicts within their ranks, right? Judging from the grudge of yours, I suppose they ran away. When they ran away, they told their children about how scary and detestable the Tosakas are. Is that right? Looks like you're only good at cracking humorous jokes. You do realize that those words cannot be unsaid? That's my line. You should know that I won't forgive you even if you kneel down before me, right, Miss Purebred Rich Girl? I'm all fired up now. My rage can no longer be extinguished. Do you have the courage to take up my glove? Bring it on. I'll take that whole tasteless dress off of your hands for you if you want. That's the spirit. One room, 2 residents. There's only one way we could go about resolving this now. Correct? Yes, the loser will give way to the winner. Obviously, it's the universal rule. Don't get all fired up on your own. Personal rules are forbidden. Super forbidden. What on earth are you two thinking? This is the Norwich Student Dormitory, where we prize politeness and reconciliation. Pointless personal conflicts aside, the use of magic is strictly prohibited within the dormitory. Calm down. I am the head of the proud Edelfeld family. Regardless of who my opponent is, they do not use magecraft. If they do not use magecraft, then I will also respond solely with my body. Is that fine for you as well, Miss Tosaka? My pleasure. But you're saying you'll actually fight hand-to-hand without magic in that sort of dress? I just had a flashback to that time in Unlimited Blade Works route where she absolutely laid the fuck out of Caster when she surprised her. She also studied, what was it? Magicon? Something like that? She studied some sort of martial art, Rin. It's fine. You can rely on your forte, Gondor, if you like. I'll fight barehanded, like a proper mage with decorum. That advice is a good mental attitude for Tosaka. I have a slightly better opinion of you. But do not worry. In my hands, a dress like this... Oh! Nice. Well, as you can see, it's a simple matter to modify it for use in combat. Simple, you say? Just what is that dress? So right from the start it was sleeveless with attachments? Oh, it was Velcro. Okay, well. That's slightly less impressive. Of course. This extent is well within the tastes of a lady. It does look pretty classy still. No, not a single person in the entire world has that sort of taste. Well, I said I do, so there certainly are. First of all, taking up dresses every time I get into a quarrel will cost a fortune in tailoring fees. Don't tell me. You used to tear up a dress whenever you got into a fight? No. Listen, as the heads of our families, we cannot choose when or where we will be assailed by ruffians, can we? It was made like this for exactly such times. What's with that face that screams, yeah, right? Very well. If you don't believe me, then we'll just have to bait the truth into your body directly. She's getting ready. That forward-leaning stance while keeping her stability. This girl's the real deal. Pancration? Or Pancration? However the fuck it's pronounced. Looks like you actually have some skill, Luvia Jalita. Ignoring your taste in dresses, if that's how it's going to be. Then I'll knock you down without holding back. I feel the same way. Make sure to say thank you to the hallway's wooden floor, Miss Tosaka. Hello, Mr. Anthony. May the hazardous materials have appeared in the student dormitory. What little remains of my wages will be docked again. I'm very sorry about this, Miss Octavia, but no need to worry, as I shall end the duel with this strike. Miss Tosaka, you have such a spectacular skill with Kung Fu at such a young age. Marvelous. Much of your style's arrangement is clearly self-taught, but that's an impressive display of Bachquan, given your technique. Daughter, at this distance it'll be a complete victory. How naive, Miss Tosaka. No way, we're behind? What's this? The stance where you drop low enough to even crawl on the ground? That's unmistakably catch wrestling. An ancient English capture technique, the Lancashire style. What? I've got your back. No way, you're some kind of pro wrestling maniac? She's done it! The Finland Star of Hope, the hunting dog of the ring, the lady forklift Luvia Jalita Idefelt. What a victory! A KO in 1 round, 13 seconds. Such an unbelievable fighter actually appeared. That's 3 counts. Mr. Tosaka, the reason you lost was because you revealed your hand. The battle starts even before the bell rings, you know? Stars. I see stars. How? That sure is one hell of a story. Her opponent sounded impressive, but the same goes for Tosaka, who jumped into the fray without any hesitation. As expected from a frequent offender. It may have been a student dormitory instead of a school building, but that wasn't the first time Tosaka had rampaged on school grounds. She's done it at least twice prior. So then you guys rushed into a second round of mudslinging. By the time you realized it, the reception area had collapsed and you both were punished for fighting. Tosaka, wasn't it your own fault that you ended up banned from the dorm? It wasn't just my fault. If Luvia hadn't charged at me like that, I wouldn't have gotten such a disgraceful nickname before school even started. I am interested in that disgraceful nickname she mentioned, but... Ah, well, it's probably something along the lines of monster or hurricane. Is that... No. Because they were talking about a bridge. Something about falling off the London Bridge? They were calling her Mary Poppins or something? I don't know. Anyway. What are you grinning about? If you have something to say, say it. Alright, but don't get angry. It's just what I feel. Her name was Luvia, right? Isn't that girl kind of a lot like you, Tosaka? I think you guys get along pretty well. Ow! I saw them. The stars I hadn't seen in a while. That ended too quickly. If only I had lashed out like this back then, she wouldn't have pulled off that backdrop. Her fists shake with self-satisfaction. I see. So Miss Luvia's death blow was a suplex. So why did that blow pay me a visit? When I heard the words I didn't want to hear the most, my body just responded on its own. Like they say, one rotten apple spoils the barrel. It seems that due to meeting Miss Luvia, Tosaka's level of violence... Oh, okay. Like they say, one rotten apple spoils the barrel. It seems that due to meeting Miss Luvia Gelita, Tosaka's level of violence has risen considerably. I'll say this before you make any weird misunderstandings. I will never get along with Luvia. That girl hates Japanese people and loves bullying them. She even threw a glove at me in the end. Wow, a glove? That's really old-fashioned. But then again, from what I've heard, she sounds like the type. Just checking my clears. Oh. Light has the drop rate up, huh? I might as well check it out. But Tosaka were to have grown up in England as well. I don't doubt she would have hurled one of those at me. However, isn't that a little too extreme? Does that girl have a grudge against, or something against Japan? Yeah, that girl. Her name's Luvia Gelita Edelfelt, and it is said that the Edelfelts were a well-known and relatively prestigious noble house. That one, and that one. Though they are aristocrats, they hold mercenary-like precepts in their family. Whenever there's a conflict, they would happily show up and snatch the best parts away. They are said to be feared as the most elegant hyenas on Earth. So don't you think that sounds more and more like a certain someone, Tosaka? Be quiet and listen! And so, because they like fighting so much, they participate in a ritual in the Far East Island country out of idle curiosity. It was over 60 years ago. A pair of twin sisters headed the Edelfelt family, and although they were very famous mages, they were utterly defeated. The younger sister was killed in action, and the eldest somehow survived and returned back to her country. This is just reminding me at the very start of Hollow Atraxia, I think. There was one of the confrontations that Bezet saw was an alternate future or an alternate reality where it was Sakura and Sakura and Rin as sisters, like twin sisters, controlling Saber Altar for some reason, under the name of Edelfelt, I think. It left an impression. Clearly. Interesting. This entertaining story suddenly took a stark turn. Edelfelt. The twin heads of the family. And also, a ritual that was performed 60 years ago in a far East Island country. Tosaka. You mean... I'm referring to the Third Holy Grail War. As a result of that, Luvia hates Japanese people. But then, we were also underestimated by them. It's said that the twin heads back then didn't get along with each other to an unusual degree. There's even a rumor that the younger sister died because she got into a fight with the elder sister. Oh yeah, if I recall, there's a Western-style house somewhere around here that they built, despite the Ironsburns. Something like a hideout deep in the forest. Actually, The sisters had separate houses. Although siblings, it seems like they hated the idea of even breathing the same air. A hideout in the forest. Moreover, the sisters had separate houses. Wait a minute. No, but that's a castle, isn't it? A Western-style house built 60 years ago. So that Luvia girl owns a villa over here? Ah, I see. I guess she would inherit it. But wouldn't anything here have been abandoned ages ago? The Edelfelts apparently said that they would never step foot into Japanese soil again. I think they would have handed everything over to the Mages Association. It's all falling into place. I don't quite know what it is yet, but in any case, I've obtained another important piece of the puzzle. I wonder if it was used as a mage's hideout. Would it be related to the master the Kodamine ambushed in the Holy Grail War half a year ago? That's right. The mage who was dispatched by the association had the command spell stolen by Kodamine. I told you about how I found that hideout while searching for Lance's master, right? One time searching for like during the Grail War? Searching for Lancer's master? Yeah, you said you found bloodstains at a hand from which the command stones were stolen. So if that's the hideout you found, was the house that belonged to the Edelfelts? Oh, wait, hold on. So if that hideout that you found was the house that belonged to the Edelfelts, does that mean that there were two of them? That's right. The sisters built those houses in the middle of the battlefield in the foreign land. The so-called twin houses of the Edelfelts are pretty famous. Well, the one I discovered was near my house. I don't know where the other one is. Wait, when you say it's near your house, do you mean it's in Miyama? Correct. They hid it in plain sight. Building a house under the very nose of the Tosaka family. The supervisors of this town. What nerve. That's exactly right. Looking back on it, that mistake was also the single biggest mislead for a certain someone. What? Are you interested, Amika? If you like, shall we visit the place during the holiday next week? I think I can do that one. Yeah. Once this whole mess is cleared up, it might not be a bad idea to have a look together. I give her an absent-minded reply while holding back my dizziness. Tosaka's stories of her travels continue. The Edelfelts, though, did not come up again. Obtained information about the Edelfelts. Twin mansion older sister has appeared. Interesting. It is now past nighttime. Yeah, second day. We've made plans. With someone. Oh, fuck. With Tosaka. Because it's kind of her episode, so we might as well continue. Oh, man. I shouldn't go to the pool to some other place. To the pool. It's new. Why not? Tosaka and I made a promise to go to the pool together. It's true that my aim is now to see her in a swimsuit rather than play in the water, but that doesn't change the fact that we're going to the pool. It's a nice day out, and it's not like I got anything to lose, so here goes. Tosaka, you got a minute? Emi-kun? Sure, what is it? Tosaka's room is as disorganized as ever. I just started talking to her without setting the mood or anything, but with Tosaka, it's better to be straightforward. Ooh. Interesting. If I'm right about and asking her, she'll probably make unreasonable demands of me again. I came to ask you something. Tosaka, you remember that promise to go to the pool? You mean Waku Waku Splash in Shinto? Huh. She goes speechless for about 5 seconds. It seems she's recalling all the things we talked about at the time. Yeah? Since you brought it up yourself, Emi-kun, I wonder if you're prepared for what that means? Prepared? Well, I guess you could say that. Seeing as it has come to this, I know I won't be able to face her at the pool with only half-hearted determination. Of course, the desire to see Tosaka half naked is an ample source of resolve. Fine then. So, Emi-kun, did you bring a swimsuit? Don't you think it would be a little lame if both of us were wearing our school's competition swimsuits? Of course I have my own, Tosaka. You're really nagging me like you're my wife. The school swimsuit's not good enough for you? Nah, it's not that I have a problem with that, but I thought you would... Well, it's hard to say directly. School swimsuit would be no fun at all. I mean, that in itself is fine, since it does bring out the body's curves splendidly. But wouldn't one wear something more brilliant and showy for water leisure? Wait, but that navy blue certainly has its charms. After all, simple is best, like the beauty of an unspoiled wildflower, right? I see. If that's how it is, I don't mind. If Tosaka's fine with it, then there's nothing wrong with the school swimsuit. Sorry, I was kidding just now. What's wrong, Emi-kun? Normally you'd get all flustered and tell me to quit it just about now, but it looks like you got something else in mind. Speaking of which, you've been acting weird for a while. Really weird. Like you're suddenly anxious right when I think you're calm. Maybe. I'm going to the pool with Tosaka. I prepared myself for this, but there's no way I wouldn't be nervous at all. And now, I wouldn't... Yeah. And now I'm thinking what she'd look like in a swimsuit while I'm talking to her. Ooh. Little sneak peek. Not good. Getting anxious over nothing. Calm down. We're just going to a local indoor swimming pool. Not as if it's a fight to the death. Okay. I managed to relax. Anyway, it looks like we both got swimsuits ready, right? Then there's no sense in waiting. Why don't we go to the pool today? And as promised, I'll have you wear your swimsuit for me. I mention it again. For some reason, Tosaka gulps and says, Fine, as you wish. It'll be a blight in the Tosaka name if I don't meet your challenge. But what? But what? Do you remember exactly what I said, Emi-kun? This date is about equivalent exchange. In return for showing you my swimsuit, you have to listen to everything I say, right? So do you still want to see my swimsuit that badly? Sure do. I invited you with that in mind. Isn't she the one who asked me if I was prepared in the first place? I know that. I was just making sure. Fine. A promise is a promise. I don't want to hear any complaints from you after this about this. And with that, she chases me out of the room. Tosaka needs to get ready, so we'll meet at the doorway in half an hour. And that's how I set that promise into motion. You never know what might happen after all. Better sooner than later. Bum, bum, bum. Well, we're heading out. Take care of the house while we're gone. Look forward to some souvenirs, everyone. We're only going to Shinto. I don't think we'll find any especially cool gifts. I know, I was kidding. I just felt like saying it. Oh, it's a bus. I was like, what the fuck is that noise? And so, this pent-up cheerfulness gradually simmered down to a self-conscious silence. I gotta turn my light into, like, always on mode, because I feel like this is gonna be a while. I expected nothing more for myself, but I don't think Tosaka would be so quiet. Then, shall we? Oh, about the tickets. I got some for free. Really? Oh, then shall we? Oh, about the tickets. I got some for free. Really? That's nice. What's this? Something's off. Tosaka's being unusually neat. There's Waku Waku Splash now. Or, there's Waku Waku Splash now. I'm so pathetic. Getting nervous now all of all times. Oh, so pathetic. Getting nervous now of all times. Did you say something to Osaka? Not really. It's my first time going, so I'm hoping to be impressed. And Demi, couldn't you sure look happy? I guess Tosaka's not that interested in Waku Waku Splash at all right now. But then she seems to mull it over for a second, turns back to face me and gets fired up. Okay, let's go. Shirou, I hope you're ready for this. Sure, right from the start, I told you. Well, time to go. Change, say your prayers, and wait for me. With that, Tosaka marches into Waku Waku Splash. Her bravado makes me feel like I'm watching a tank rolling off to battle. So that makes me the combat medic, following behind leisurely. Now, meet me by the poolside in 15 minutes. I split up with Tosaka in the locker rooms, get changed quickly, and check myself in the mirror before heading through the gate. You couldn't possibly expect the hot August sun in the middle of autumn. Ooh. A blazing, blinding light greets the attending couples. Wow, they really made this. Artificial summer sunlight. Azure sparkling as far as the eye can see. As far as I could tell, the ad looked faked, but now I'm honestly impressed. I'll concede, people would definitely come here in October. After all, it's like a tropical dome in here. If they went this far to recreate the atmosphere of fun of the sun, I don't think anyone would want to relive their summer memories here. Okay. I pull out a beach chair and wait for Tosaka. Compared to guys, girls take a long time to change. There's more to wear. Tosaka's swimsuit, huh? I really want to see it, but maybe I should think about what absurd conditions she's going to lay on me. Can't get careless. On top of the amusement she gets out of humiliating me, her years of experience also give her an advantage. Well, whatever. No need to overthink things. For now, I'll just wait for her to come out. With her style and figure, Tosaka would definitely draw attention in public. With that much commotion, there's no way she could sneak up on me. Definitely no way. Definitely for sure, definitely. Yeah. Just now, I think I glimpsed a Terra Bozu doll in the corner of my eye. Oh yeah, there's no mistake. That white figure fluttering over there is Tosaka. It's rather odd for a swimsuit. Hey, Tosaka! Wait, don't run away! Tosaka stops at my column and reluctantly shuffles over. With all the animation of a South Park character. Stop yelling! What if you run into someone I know? What are you talking about? Anyone can tell who you are from a distance. And what's that supposed to be? Tosaka's standing in front of me covered in a white bath towel. It's like she's wearing a poncho. Don't tell me that's her swimsuit. Can't you tell? I can. It's definitely one of our bath towels.
Oh, yeah, I borrowed this.
That much is obvious. But it's not where the towel came from that I'm wondering about. I want to know what's under it. Tosaka, you promised you would let me see you in a swimsuit today. I'm hoping you would agree.
I plan to. But hey, Shirou, why don't we do this fairly?
Fairly. Hiding behind a towel isn't fair to begin with. She likes using that word, but I don't think she knows what it means. What's fair supposed to mean here?
Well, if you suddenly see my swimsuit, you'd have no choice but to accept my conditions, right? So it would only be fair to let you have an opportunity to refuse as well.
I see. So that's it. Maybe that's Tosaka's way of being nice. I thought she was just being random, but it turns out she's actually giving me one last chance to back out. And what if I do refuse, Tosaka? What then? What do we do with this whole date?
That's something you don't need to worry about. Well then, let's start the contract. My conditions for you are...
I hold my breath, listening intently.
For today, you have to obey everything I say.
Oh, wait, that's it? Sure, that's pretty easy.
But hey, this is absolute obedience. Absolute. Like a servant or a butler, a footman. Do you really understand?
Yeah, I do. Isn't that how it's been all the way until now? It's not much of a bargaining point, if you ask me. But if that's all she wants, I'll gladly take it. And here I was afraid she was going to make an impossible request, or otherwise trap me in those evil genius schemes I know her all too well for. Know her all too well for. Man. What a difference. Sometimes it's nice to be wrong.
Now that you mention it, you're right. Since it is my swimsuit we're talking about here, maybe I should add a twist.
No, I think this is the best. So what now? If you're worried about me holding up my end, I can swear an oath or get it down on paper or something.
Get down on it. There's no need to go that far. I know you won't break your promises.
She knows me well. Now it's a fair exchange.
Which means it's Tosaka's turn.
This is pretty awkward. I feel like I'm on the verge of realizing a great accomplishment, but I can't make that last step. But at this rate, Tosaka is definitely going to get angry. Get down on it. Get down on it. Alright. I can't prove it, but I trust my instincts on this. I clear my throat once. She's being uncharacteristically timid. And you could cut the tension with a knife. But I have to say something. Well, so the contract is now made. How should I put this? I really want to see you in your swimsuit. Ooh. My throat goes dry, like I've just swallowed dry ice. Wait, that would kill me. As if it were actually summer. The sounds of splashing waves are unbelievably loud. Idiot. And... oh, that is nice, actually. The white towel falls away. Dazzling bright red. Supple body wrapped in crimson. Like lemon in tea. Like birds in the sky. Like salt and pepper near a frying pan. The swimsuit hugs Tosaka in like it was just meant to be. It's a good look. Crap. I'm blushing from all the stimulation. To be honest, I've always suspected that people like me are less interested in the opposite sex than they should be. But let me say, I've been proven wrong about that right here. No, bro, you're one of the A's.
So, are you satisfied, Shirou?
Loading comments. I need to hurry and regain my senses and lock up the animal within me.
Say something, idiot. Seriously.
No, with
Wait, sorry? Now you're apologizing? What's wrong, Shirou?
nothing's wrong.
All I'm saying is that tasty things are tasty.
No, wait, shit. It's hard to say, but it looks good on you. You look so good.
It's like the waist.
I feel like it's a waste. There it is.
Well, that's interesting. Are you saying I'm wasted on the swimsuit? Or the swimsuit's wasted on me?
Don't say stupid shit. I mean, I'm not worthy to see it.
Thank you. But you know what, Amikun? You're definitely worth it. You know, if I were to judge you as a girl, maybe I'd say you have a pretty hot build yourself.
She giggles happily.
Wait, what's a hot build?
Well, you know me. I do work out. Training that almost kills me every morning. If we're together, I'd rather be taller than more muscular. If I was just 5 centimeters taller, then Tosaka probably wouldn't be embarrassed to be seen with me.
That's okay. I know you'll keep growing. Thanks, Shirou.
For what?
It's a secret. Anyway, negotiations are officially over. Get ready, because now the fun really starts.
And so,
we went back to treating her like a princess as usual.
It's summer. It might be October, but there's no doubt in the world that this world is soaking in summertime. The setup is all
The setup in this all-weather indoor resort isn't enough to describe it. This room, this atmosphere, it's the essence of summer.
I'm carrying a tray with tropical drinks. As for Tosaka, nice.
Oh. This feels a little like paradise.
Nice. She floats happily without a care in the world.
What's wrong, Amikun? You look like something's bothering you.
Nothing. A promise is a promise, right? While Tosaka relaxes, I'm playing butler. Standing here, patiently holding a tray in one hand, must look particularly odd against the leisurely surroundings. As far as absolute obedience goes, this is well within my limits, but once I come to my senses, it's not like I have no regrets doing this at the neighborhood pool.
This is great. I was just about fed up with that place. It's so depressing.
You mean England? It is depressing.
Yep. Foggy London. Sure, it sounds romantic, but it's really just cold and damp all the time. If I was going on vacation, I'd rather pick up a beautiful city of Paris. And if not Paris, then anywhere with a hot spring nearby would do.
Are you serious? Paris aside, I don't think that Beppu or Fusatsu hot spring resorts would appreciate being known for having a mage around.
We were mingling with the scholars in Kamakura, you know. That was back in my grandfather's time, though.
Kamakura scholars. What century are we in again? Aside from Kiritsugu, Tosaka, and the Matos, I don't know much about the other mages in the country. I think it's the first I've heard of them. Anyway, after
being deprived of the sun for so long, I need a vacation. I love summer. I just wish I could relax like this all the time.
She slowly floats up and down. Tosaka seems to enjoy floating in the pool. The water's warm and the rhythm of the waves is soothing. Of course, I'm just standing in it.
Shirou?
What? You want me to push you out further?
No, I was wondering if you wanted to go back with me. It's nice to go home for the holidays, but why don't we go to the beach over there?
Beach, huh? They actually have those in England?
Yeah, but just sunbathing in the sand is no fun. If we go, we might as well visit the southern France, like Côte d'Azur of the Aegean Sea. The Mediterranean's supposed to be just gorgeous.
Tosaka banters on. A vacation in the Mediterranean, huh? Lame it as it is, I can't think of anything besides a blue ocean and a white beach. And being alone with Tosaka. Crap. I probably shouldn't imagine any further. It's pretty out there. What's the Mediterranean like?
It's like a paradise on earth, I'm sure.
Paradise, is it? The untouched beauty of the past. I'm also familiar with that area. Milos, Crete, Pados, and Naxos, is it? Wait, what was that? A strange answer filled with emotion. Oh, that was someone else. What the? An amazingly beautiful woman. One that would turn heads. She's wearing a swimsuit and not wearing glasses, but she's... a writer? I thought you would show up in Saber's other thing. If there was another thing.
Hello, Shirou. Rin. How unexpected to see you here.
Ryder laughing and smiling in a swimsuit. Am I dreaming? I can even see her eyes, and they're not turning into a chunk of rock. Ryder, your glasses. No, why are you here?
Well, I came to relax and play, just like you and Rin.
Oh? Whenever she has the free time, Ryder always seems to be engrossed in reading, so having her come to the pool is a bit unexpected.
I do not mean to interfere with your day, but since you brought up my former home, I could not help but join in.
No, well, I mean, I guess. Nope, but... D at least. I observe Ryder's swimsuit as stealthily as I can. Seeing Tosaka was enough to make my head blank already, and Ryder's no less competitive in that regard. Or rather, the effect is different. Hiding an ideal adult female figure with such little material could be considered criminal.
Is there something odd about me?
No, not at all. You're perfect. Perfect! Translated into punch force equivalent, this one's coming in at around 1 ton.
Is that so? Being praised by you certainly raises my confidence a little.
Even if you ignore the swimsuit, having Ryder smile like this is rare. Being taken in by the sight is also a given. But what I meant to ask... Ryder, are you by yourself today?
Yeah, I'm simply taking some time off. I came here to tell you and Rin, is what I would like to say, but unfortunately this time it's just a coincidence.
Tell us. I can only think of one person who would ask that of Ryder.
Well, I'm probably bothering you, so I shall go for a swim over there. Please take your time, the two of you. Later, if you would like to know more about the Aegean, do not hesitate to ask.
And without causing a single ripple, she disappears into the water, swimming away quickly. Her style is vaguely non-human-like, but also fitting. As I keep looking in her direction, she's not coming up. Ryder swims like a water serpent, vanishing swiftly into the water.
Hey, Emiya-kun?
Floating in her swim ring, Tosaka does not look happy. Oh, Ryder was just here.
I know. I was also surprised. I didn't think we'd actually meet someone we know.
Yeah, Ryder was amazing. I wonder what happened to her mystic eyes. She wasn't wearing her glasses.
Don't worry. She had hard contact lenses made to suit her outfit. Wait, that's not what I'm talking about. Emiya-kun, you were looking at Ryder rather intensely, weren't you?
Ah. Those sharp eyes of hers. I have to tread carefully. Looks like she's well aware of what her butler's doing even behind her back. I know you're not the only one who thinks about writers I know you're not the only one who thinks writers amazing. I'm not even sure if I feel jealous or shocked anymore. Oui. I'm delighted to have your understanding. Still, in absolute obedience mode, I reply butler-like. Interesting. Then what part of writer did you see first? The lack of glasses. Where may you ask? I'm losing my composure under the pressure of my Tosaka's relentless interrogation. The spot I looked at first is meant to be the part I'm most fascinated with in all likelihood. It's really a difficult question. Oh, I just wanted to know if we looked at the same thing. Honest. Well, but of course. If I lie, she'll definitely find out. It's only natural for a guy. So, of course, the very first thing I saw was... Your face is red, Emiya-kun? Yeah, I'm blushing. Who wouldn't? A pool's that sort of place. It's rude not to be fascinated by a woman's body. Oh? You answered honestly. Good boy. I humbly accept your praise. Wait, where did you look, Tosaka? Same as you, I guess. She splashes and kicks her feet. I wonder, is she sulking? Seeing such perfection, I can't help but feel inadequate myself. It's like she has the whole package, you know? The parts that should be out, go out. The parts that should be in, go in. The parts that should be long, stretch out longer. Truly a perfect body. And I guess that's sort of how I feel about Archer or Lancer's height. They are, yeah, okay. They both have some gender envy. And here I was worked up about finally having a chance to surprise you, Emiya-kun. Well, it is writer. Can't be helped. Things just go wrong at just the critical moment, as always. She sighs. Is that so? If you ask me who's better, I'd say that you're the cuter one, Tosaka. I'll try to get her to acknowledge the fact herself. In certain situations, women don't want to hear they're cuter. Or they're cute in general. Damn it. I said it without thinking, and now I'm blushing at my own frankness. Hey, Tosaka. I call out to break the unbearable silence. Lending a hand when their master's at a loss is the duty of a butler. Sure, Ryder's pretty, but not as... Oh. Sure, Ryder's pretty, but not as much as you were, Tosaka, when I saw you in your swimsuit. That kind of flattery is unlike you. It's not flattery. Could I ever pull something off something so convenient? That's right. Clumsiness in its own way knows when it's time to set things right. Listen, no matter how pretty Ryder is in her swimsuit, I don't feel anything welling up inside me. All I can do is admire her, especially since they took out her route. I mean, look, it's kind of a bad to say about Ryder, but it's the feeling you get when you look at Mount Fuji or Niagara Falls. Okay, somehow I get what you're trying to say. Right. When I saw you, Tosaka, I was just happy. It's not that you win or lose in chest or figure, but you were very Tosaka-like. I just don't know a way to put it in words. I nervously stir the water around my waist. Tosaka's also watching me attentively as she floats.
To put it bluntly, seeing you, Tosaka, actually made me pretty excited. What are you saying like in that kind of place? Jeez. It's just as embarrassing for me, so can't she put up with it for a bit? Wait, why am I seriously elaborating on this? I don't mean in like the direct way, you know? Okay? Anyway, you have plenty of charm. My heart's throbbing even now. So there's no need to worry about Ryder, really. Also, time is passing way too fast. It's already afternoon. I just can't stop myself. Too embarrassed. I want to take this float and carry Tosaka away with it somewhere. Damn, bro. Brother man. Wait, calm down. Calm down now. That is improper for a butler. That's improper for anybody, brother man. Ah. Ooh. I take 2 deep breaths. And that was a glimpse into the depth of your butler's mind. That is how I feel. I have no objections against you forcing me into complete obedience, and I even managed to enjoy it in a way. Serve for someone I actually desire. That's a warm, fuzzy feeling of something like dominance emanating from it. I feel I have a lot to be embarrassed by in what I just said, but for now, I'll just clear my throat and assume my waiting position once more. Tosaka? Jeez, it's not like I can just ditch you and go off somewhere by myself either. Murmuring something odd, Tosaka gets out of the float ring. I did say I was a bit jealous. Well, it's my own fault though. Tosaka shrugs with indifference. That seemed to be a reflection of not on me, but on Tosaka herself. And then... Tosaka? It's fine, we're in a pool. This much is nothing out of the ordinary. Was this girl listening? I just confessed that I'm still excited, aren't I? Didn't I? Oh, your heart's racing. Yeah, the beer were holding it in, weren't you, Emiya-kun? That's what I was saying. Give me a little space here. No way. Also, I just realized something. Right. Because you're such a novice, it's my job to be the busybody no matter what. It's the duty that not even Ryder or Saber get in the way of. She smiles sweetly. Honestly, that smile alone fascinated me from the bottom of my heart. My apologies for being such a novice. I grumble in a butler voice. Sure, if you're frustrated by it, then become a man that can sweep me off my feet. I'll be looking forward to that day, alright, Mr. Butler. So that it's also part of the right of absolute obedience. To think that a full-fledged maid should also be a gentleman. I had no idea. This might be a really valuable pool date. Well then, talk about the future's over. Shall we enjoy our time at the pool now? Come, they have a water slide here, don't they? We'll be rating that first. Wow, they even have beach volleyball. Let's get ready to play volleyball. Yoo-hoo! She runs off merrily. Yes, yes, I shall accompany you, of course. I said in my butler voice. As a butler, the option of disobedience does not cross my mind. I too shall enjoy this to my heart's content. After all, there are less than 5 hours to go until closing. I'm sure the afternoon will go by in the blink of an eye, just as this morning did. Ah, that's so much fun. Oh, I had so much fun. Are you satisfied, Tosaka? I managed to keep up with Tosaka's over-the-top nonsense. In the end, we played beach volleyball with some
oddly familiar looking tough guys. I was told to make us win, although she says something like that. I'm pretty sure our opponents weren't even human. You put up a pretty determined fight there, Tosaka.
That's because a member of the Tosaka family never lets up no matter what the competition. We just weren't tall enough, were we?
To beat those two in height would take someone like Kuzuki-sensei, or the latest priest Kodamine. Or the late priest Kodamine, sorry. And with Tosaka trying to match their momentum while wearing a bikini, the onlookers got very excited. To sum it up, we may have lost the game, but we won in style. Oh yeah, Tosaka.
What's wrong? Do you need to head down to the shopping district for something?
No, not that. Our absolute obedience deal. When does that expire? The deal I made with Tosaka was for all of today. Returning to the pool, Tosaka has long since changed back from the pool. Tosaka has long since changed back into her regular clothes. Seeing as we had already left the place, it wouldn't be all that odd for the timeline to have passed. Oh, interesting. That and that's. Do you want to continue? Absolute obedience for all of today? Taken literally, it could continue until midnight. Besides, I feel like I don't want to do it ever. I don't want it to ever end.
Then the contract is over. Is that okay?
As if to sever all ties and not leave any regrets, Tosaka states that definitively. Yeah, that's right. I agree. Right then. I'll make sure to be as defiant as possible while I still can.
Oh, you're at that age already, aren't you? No worries. Your teacher will always be there to listen to her students' problems.
Nothing's changed after all, as I thought. We're back.
I'm back now.
Yeah, we're back. I'm back now. Man, I'm tired.
We forgot about the souvenirs. They even had macadamia nuts and Hawaiian manju.
I see. Well, then why don't we get them next time? Macadamia nuts. Not bad. Hawaiian manju. Didn't think Hawaii had manju. Wasn't there? Oh, interesting. Yeah, we'll do an extra. Oh, that's right. To the school. I didn't know that's how that worked. Okay. That's right. I made a promise with Saber. Today's a day off. I couldn't ask for better timing. Saber's shoes. Good, they're here. I'll strike while the iron's hot. First off, I have to contact Fujini at school, then... The two of us will leave the house behind for a while. Surprisingly, the plans were made quite smoothly. All it took was a phone call to the school archery club, and when I broached the subject of a school tour with Fujini...
Oh, you're coming today? Go ahead. I already asked for the vice principal for you. Oh, and bring me lunch, okay?
And with that, I easily got an okay from her. I spent an hour making lunch, but that only took until about 10. It was just something that suddenly came to mind, and a tour would have been just as fine in the afternoon, but... No, if we are going to go, let us go now. Do not worry about my plans. Not at all. Saber pressured me into it with unusual enthusiasm. But isn't this a little sudden, Saber? What of it, Shirou? Well, I'm saying there's no need to rush. Tour of the school will only take like half a day. We could have spent it a little more time getting ready. No, this is sufficient. Shirou, are you not usually more light-hearted when heading to school?
So please go into the spirit of attending school normally, without taking the time to brace yourself.
Attending normally, huh?
Okay, we could try that.
Yes.
Now let us make haste, Shirou. If we do not hurry, that thing you call lunch break will start without us.
Saber urges me hurriedly. Just what about this does Saber enjoy so much? She have some plans?
We take the usual path up the hill. I steal a glance at Saber and... she's making a face I can't quite read. I try a few different things, but in the end we arrive at the school gate before I'm able to gauge Saber's intentions.
Huh?
It might just be my imagination, but the school actually seems livelier than usual. Shirou, I thought today was supposed to be a holiday.
Yeah, that's weird.
Even though club activities are still going, it shouldn't be this busy.
Ah, I see.
The cultural festival! Right! Cultural festival's coming up soon. If there's any classes doing major events, it wouldn't be strange to see a lot of people here. Cultural festival? Is it some kind of fair held on school grounds?
Yeah.
Once a year we have a festival run exclusively by students. Looks like some of them are here making preparations. There's no need to worry about them. We still only got about 30 people.
Saber falls silent.
Till now she's had such a bold attitude, but that composure is suddenly gone.
Did you want to see the school without anybody here?
No, that is not it. It's just that if other students are here, I am sure it will be trouble for you, Shirou. And that is, if I had known it would be like this, I would have borrowed a school uniform from Rin.
Wait, what?
Prospect shocks me beyond words. Saber would wear a Hamura uniform? What is this unprecedented image in my head? Tosaka's uniform would probably be too big on Saber. No. Above that, would it look good on her? No, I mean, in other words, we'd be like classmates and... Let's go home, Saber, right away. It's okay even if just Tosaka's out there anyway. Always Sakura's. Even if Tosaka's is out, there's always Sakura's there. But if you think about it, I would still be treated as a visitor. If I wore a Homura Harbor uniform, would that not be complicated to explain? She really sees through it in only 3 seconds. With the same calm she displays in battle, Saber arrives at the logical conclusion. Shit, 16. There was nobody like 2 seconds ago. My apologies, Shirou. Despite asking you to proceed as you normally would, I am fussing over needless things myself. Shirou, is something the matter? You look terribly depressed. No, it's nothing. Yeah, there it is. You're right, Saber. Like you said, your regular clothes are nothing to fuss about. Let's go inside. My delusion ends. The dream is collapsing. Dropping my shoulders with a great sigh, I turn towards the building. After seeing me enter, Saber passes through the gate naturally. For now, let's head to the archery club. I'm prepared for the attention that Saber will receive, but I'd like to enjoy the day until lunch is over.
Holy shit. Emiya, our Emiya from 3C, just brought a blonde foreigner to school? just as my plan goes into effect, back to the drawing board. Of all the people, that human soapbox gotcha. Oh, it's the dude. Okay. Here, why don't I retake that? Holy shit! Emiya from 3C just brought a blonde foreigner to school. This move plan goes into effect. Back to the drawing board. Of all people, that human soapbox gotcha just had to be stretching with the track and field club. Say what? A sudden cry rises from the entire boys' track club. I guess Saber's radiance is visible even from far away. A horde of male athletes, always hungry for cute girls, races over in a stampede and forms a circle around us to ogle Saber. Pain in the ass now obstructs our path to the archery dojo. Wait, babe, is she a model? Here for a photo shoot? Or maybe my waifu that I've never even told about? Hell no, maybe she's here for us. Maybe she wants to join the track club. It's okay even if you're not a student. Be fun with you even if you weren't a girl. Damn. Parents are student. Wouldn't make sense. Not now. Look, I bet she's some school official. You know, our English teacher sucks anyway. Maybe she's here as an English teaching assistant. Originally doesn't suck. A little girl teaching. Ooh, give me a hug. I need to hear what that line was. Yeah, don't even joke about that. Do you want me to repeat another year? I need to hear what that line was. Hold on. There's no way it's what I thought it was. Chibiko. Chibiko. Okay. It's actually little girl. Okay. Not... Fascinating. You know what? Why don't we go through all of them? Just for fun's sake.
何あれすっげえモデルなんかの撮影それとも知らされてなかった俺の嫁ちっけえな俺らとタメかな陸上部入らねえかなうちの生徒じゃなくていいから
僕女の子でなくてもいいよ転入生にしては時期が半端かあれかね学校関係者がねほらうちの英語教師ってとんでもばっかりだろもしかして英語教師の補充じゃないか
This guy's voice is deep as fuck. And then we heard this one earlier.
ちびっこ先生おおハグして
I can see the crying emoji now.
やめろよな冗談でもそういうこと言うの俺単位やばいんだぞ勢い流にしちまうじゃねえか
That's graphic. I'm looking for this one. There it is. Anyway, that's enough of that. Howling, slavering beasts. Gutless ones, though. Keeping 20 meters out, they've only surrounded and observed Saber from a distance so far.
Shirou.
Oh.
あれが文化祭なのですか
I forgot to hit OK. Shirou, is that the cultural festival? No, it's an obstacle, actually. Though you definitely shouldn't look down on them like animals. They might appear to be a troublesome pack, but there's a very good reason they become that way. That's because... Huh? No way! Hey, Yukichi, Mekane! Look over there, it's Saber-san! Saber-san! Gorgeous as always, damn it! With a Yahoo, the rampaging train kicks the circle of boys aside and charges in. Like I was saying, that's because... I sure as I like of cute girls in this track and field club. Yo, you got a lot of free time as usual, Emiya. So, what you doing today? Here to show off that beauty to the morons here? Makidera Kaede. The archetypical girls track and field club member is energetic as always. If it is Saber-san, Nemi-kun. Hello, it's been a while. Good morning to you too, Emi-kun.
And this young lady, Segusa Yukika. As far as track and field club members go, she's an exceptional representative. Yo, morning. Good morning, Yukika. You've remembered me. Yes, I'm happy that it wasn't the only time we met. The frantic atmosphere quickly calms down. And that's how our grand morning went. The other one didn't come? Give me some love here. What's with you giving Yukika all the attention but ignoring me? It has been a long time, Kaede. Since you are in uniform, your club activities must be over. It is a shame I did not get to see you superb running. Thanks. The moment Saber speaks to her, Makidera stops and suddenly becomes acutely aware of her surroundings. Not sure what it means. If only I had... The number of times it comes up, I ought to get like a fucking bisexual flag thing come up. Like the, like that. Hey, Emiya, got a minute? What now? We're in a hurry, make it quick. Saber sounds a foreigner, right? Neither of her parents are Japanese, right? Huh? Raised eyebrows. What is this girl saying all of a sudden? That's what it looks like. Saber's pure English. Well, I don't actually know if she's pure-blooded or anything like that. That is a race aside. Saber's got some other unbelievable issues. She's a little Welsh, I think, actually. Oh, I knew it. Whoa, what should I do, Emiya? I can't speak any foreign languages. She clings to me in tears. How should I put this? Makidera? Maki-chan, Saber-san has always spoken Japanese. She just said it's been a long time. What? You mean Saber-san didn't say bring me the most beautiful girl to your school, muhaha, so it's you, Kaede Makidera, time to die? In a sense, if that were to be true, life would be much easier. Oh, Hamura, good timing. I'll leave them to you. Oh, yeah, this is me. Got it. Sorry, Emiya. These little animals are just having their territorial instincts flare up because they see someone unfamiliar on campus. They're harmless, so please ignore them. Hi, who are you calling a monkey? Wait, you mean Yukichi, right? By the way, what are the two of you doing here today? Oh, well, impressive. She easily cuts straight to the heart of the matter. I came for a tour of the school. Shirou agreed to show me around. Who's Shirou? Wait, you mean Yukichi, right? Wow, then Saber-san, could you be planning to transfer here? She really is impressive. There isn't a hint of spite in Sager's voice. She's obviously thoroughly used to Makidera's performances already. No way. Come on, say something. I'm lonely. I'm fine with being called a monkey. Just look at me. Maki-chan, Emiya-kun's first name is Shirou-kun. You're in a different class, so you probably don't know. You're so nice, Yukichi. But no thanks. There's no way I'd remember Emiya's name. Sorry again. Makidera's just the kind of coward who can't help but act like a jerk. What'd you say? Whose side are you on? Kane? The side that likes peace and quiet. Now, Saber-san, is it true that you've come to the school because you're transferring here? No, that's not the case. I just wanted to see what the school looked like. That's right. Fujimura-sensei said that cultural exchange is important. Okay. Miss Fujimura. I see, indeed. She is the one teaching English? It wouldn't be unusual for her to arrive at that conclusion. So what are you trying to say, Kane? put it simply, I am talking about cultural exchange. She likely wished for Saber to observe a lifestyle that isn't normally visible, and likely to be very different from her own. And I'm not talking about anyone in particular, but perhaps she hoped that interacting with a person from abroad would help build confidence when dealing with foreign languages in general. Not bad for Jabara-sensei. I just thought she was cool. A violent hooligan. She was a cool and violent hooligan. Takes one to know one, Makidera. I see. Like even thought that far ahead as an educator. Well, she is a school teacher, after all. So she's carefree concerning most things in life, but wise when it comes down to the things that matter. Well, my field trip did get approved quickly, with Fujini having taken care of it well in advance. Who could that be? No, I know. And by the way, Amiya, what's in that bag? This is the lunch I promised Fujimura-sensei. For starters, we're going to deliver it to the archery range. And then you had better hurry. We'll drive off the crowd of boys gathering over there. Yeah, they're just skipping practice and chit-chatting. That's why they never make it past qualifiers. Excuse us, Saber-san. Please enjoy the rest of your day. I will, Yukiko. Do not go through too much trouble on my behalf. With a quick bow, Yukiko hurries to help to stop Makidera from further abusing the boys' track team. The three of them balance each other out unbelievably well. Well, let's go deliver lunch. Yes, let's head for the archery range first, Shirou. The dojo is quiet. I wonder if club activities are only scheduled in the afternoon today. In the heart of the still empty dojo, a tiger that just lay sprawled on the floor springs to her feet. Were you just lying on the floor? Shirou, you're late. I got tired of waiting and I thought I was going to turn into a rug. You already have. Just now you most definitely have, Fujini. Sorry for the wait, but you're the one who ordered this much food. You would have had to wait 1 or 2 hours anyway. I put, or rather pile up the lunchboxes I've been carrying on the ground. There's enough food for about 6 people. Excellent, excellent. Fine work, Shirou. This much should be enough. There's lunch for me, Sakura-chan, Shirou, and Saber-chan, and Mrs. Zuri-san. Haga, may I take lunch here? Of course. You come all this way to see the school, so it'd be a waste if I didn't do anything special. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The lunchboxes. Didn't they say there's enough food for about 6 people? So somebody's taking a double portion, and I feel like I know who it is. I am not in the club. That's at the Sanaa staff. You're a visiting guest at the school. It doesn't matter if you're in a club or not. And besides, Saber-chan, you're Shirou's guardian. No, you're a part of the family. We had a parents' day here. If we had a parents' day here, I'd want you to come for sure. I am Shirou's relative. Well, that certainly seems to have become the case, but... It's fine, it's fine. Rada-san's always here too, though I don't know where she wandered off to just now. Meaning Saber-chan, you're here all by yourself, right? So, you ought to do this once in a while too. Tiger. Thank you for your consideration. Including that matter from earlier, today my respect for you has only grown. You are truly different from when you're at school. Yeah. From behind Saber, someone wholeheartedly agrees. It's... Senpai, Saber-san, welcome. Hey, good work. Sorry, but I heard you were treating us today. Excuse us, the two of you must have club activities today. Yes, today we start the afternoon. Mitsuzuri Senpai and I were in the meeting for the cultural festival this morning.
Honestly, I can't believe it got so little done. I'm ready to give up. They've received way too many applications for food events, and our club members are strangely incompetent.
I'm sorry. I know the most useless one is me.
Well, we'll manage. If it comes down to it, we can always make Minori dance. Wait, no. If we're gonna put on a dance show, then maybe we don't have... Then don't we have a master right here? Hey, Saber-san, if you're free on the day of the festival, if you don't have anything else planned, we could use your help. Huh? My help? Yep, as long as you're fine with it. You wouldn't mind lending a hand to our performance. Saber-san, you're talented, and you'll stand out on stage. Not to mention, you're overwhelmingly better than Fujiwara-sensei with the sword. Actually, as far as I'm concerned, you're better than anyone else. At a loss for words, Saber remains silent. Hold on, Mitsuzuri. You're just going to embarrass Saber by being so sudden. He isn't even in the archery club to begin with. But she isn't unrelated either, right? Isn't that what Fujiwara-sensei said earlier, that Saber-san's part of Emiya's family? I didn't say anything wrong with allowing her to participate in the cultural festival. How about that? Her face contorts with brimming confidence. Well, yeah. What now? Or are you against Saber-san coming to our cultural festival, Emiya? Like hell it would be. If Saber comes wearing a Hamuraharu uniform, I have no regrets for these past 3 years. See, settle that. Hey Saber-san, just thinking about it a little, Fujiwara-sensei and Emiya have already said that much. Yes, I will treasure the opportunity. If you will have me, it would be my pleasure. Saber's voice is gentle. What's with me? For a moment, even though I'm not upset or anything, my chest grew tight. Alright, now it's decided. Let's have lunch. Come on, Shirou. Open up those lunch boxes. My stomach is growling, so hurry, hurry. Hayaka. Ugh, way to ruin a tender moment. Alright, I got it. Sakura, help me out with this tea. Okay. It's fine, Emiya. I'll handle it. I'm the one being treated, so let me do this much at least. I see. In that case, Sakura, I'll leave the lunchboxes and Fujini's guard duty to you. Don't look away for even 1 second. Hey, Shirou, what's that supposed to mean? Yes, no early starts for you. Not even one piece. Now then, Sensei, shall we unpack the lunches? Sure. I wonder what's for today? Yeah. Starting to get all sleep-eyed. Give me a second to move around. Hold on. I might even pause the recording for a second. Hold on. Alright. The more I stall, the more I get closer to my personal midnight deadline. Well, after finishing lunch, we leave the archery range. Stacks of lunchboxes were weighing down our tour earlier, so they stay behind. I'll let Fujini take them home while we continue touring the school. Thank you for the meal. The lunch was very good, as always, Shirou. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Though, to tell you the truth, I wanted to eat on the roof. Well, how about the next time we get a chance? Yes, by all means. According to Vin, you often take your meals on the rooftop or to the student council room. We put the archery range behind us. Next is... Yeah, since you mentioned it, we might as well visit the student council room. I see students scattered throughout the school building, so Issei might be there too. We head towards the student council room. By now, I've gotten used to that high-pitched squeals whenever we pass through students or classrooms in the hallways. Have I just learned to tune it out, or am I not even noticing them? Saber walks through the somewhat
considering it's a holiday, crowded halls with composure. Huh? Ah. Oh. Unexpectedly, we come across Mr. Kuzuki. Of course, we're at school, so it's natural he would be here. Good morning. Good morning. Oh. Good morning. Good morning. Although it seems to have passed already. Are you in good health, Emiya? A strange tension fills the air. Saber's expression is somewhat tense as well. How's the wife? Kuzuki fixes Saber with a hard gaze. He's no mage, but he is still Caster's master. He might take Saber's presence in the school as a sign of an upcoming battle. Kuzuki-sensei, Saber is, I heard from Fujimura-sensei. Take your time showing her around the school until the school closes. Yeah, thank you. I was the one who misunderstood. The person isn't one to fight without any reason. I should be the one thanking you. Please feel free to come by later. I will, if there is time. With a good day, Kuzuki goes on his way. He walks away silently as always. With superbly balanced, flawless footwork. Really did train for most of his life for that. Only to not need it at all. Poor dude. Hold on, Saber. What just happened? Why would Kuzuki be so grateful to Saber? It's nothing important. Occasionally, Caster asks me to help with her side of the business. Business? Caster has a job? What's this incredibly shady explanation? There's no way someone like her could possibly be hurting for money, right? After all, she's a one-of-a-kind mage. Feats like turning lead into gold would be child's play for her. And that is what I initially thought as well, but she said something about the type of labor that enriches the spirit as being a different endeavor from that of acquiring material wealth. Although honestly, where does she receive those orders from? There weren't any dresses of that sort even in my time. Saber grumbles about something. Anyway... Well, it's another matter. But as long as she thinks it's worth doing. It appears Saber did not mind either. Excuse us. As I thought, nobody but Issei here. Hello there, Emil. I was wondering who it was. He looks up at me from some documents and a calculator. I see you brought Saber-san as well? I see. You must be the school visitor I've been told about. Issei nods. Though he universally regards the female population with scorn, Issei seems to have taken an unusual liking to Saber. According to him, he felt her divine presence or something. I shall make some tea. Please feel free to help yourself, Saber-san. Thank you. It is good to see you again, Issei. Are we keeping you? If you're busy, we can come back. Oh, sorry, no. Are we keeping you? If you're busy, we can come back. I don't mind. These are all routine tasks, nothing requiring urgent attention. Leaving Issei to serve the tea, I take a seat alongside Saber. We can hear the clamor of club activities coming through the window. By the way, Emiya, why did you decide to bring Saber-san here of all the places you could be touring? I don't think there's anything special to see here. My homie is here. That's not true. I have heard all about you and the student council from Shirou. So I have been wondering what kind of place this was. I see. Sorry, but if I had known the two of you were coming, I would have bought some fine tea cakes. It's fine, don't worry about it. In fact, we just ate. I can't think of anything better to soothe our throats than some hot tea. I see. That's good. But where did you have lunch? Isn't the cafeteria closed? The archery range. Shirou packed lunches for us. What? I must have just missed you. I visited the range during first period. You missed out on Shirou's fine cooking then. Unfortunate. Albeit unavoidable. Still, a shame. Saber and Issei complement each other frightfully well. I only just realized this, but they may have really similar personalities. I wonder if it's why he gets along so well with them. Anyway, well then, today the school is fairly crowded because many students are preparing for the cultural festival. But I'm sure they'll welcome you quite warmly, Saber-san. It's a rare opportunity, so please take your time exploring the school. Or rather, I think you'd like to go somewhere a little more interesting than the student council room. Not at all. If possible, I would like to rest here a bit longer. I nod in agreement. There's still some time, so I'd like to take it easy for a bit longer. I see. So then shall we chat a little more? I think that rather than discussion about the campus, wouldn't you be more interested in hearing what Emiya is like at school? Saber lets out a curious gasp. But personally, I can't stand being talked about, like I'm some hasty morsel to be enjoyed over tea. Hold on, you say. What are you planning on telling her? Nothing to be flustered over. That was my intention from the beginning. First of all, it's not like you've done anything to be ashamed of. Have you, Emiya? Well, no. Oh my, Shirou, are you hiding something from me? I'm not. I've got nothing to keep a secret from you. And it's decided. You say, please indulge me. Oops. I just went ahead and ignored me. These two get along way too well. Alright, even though what should I talk about? There's so much to tell about him, it's hard to decide. What about the time Shirou has assisted you here, as I have heard? That's right. To put it simply, he would help repair school equipment and so forth. We don't have the luxury of buying replacements for everything that breaks, so he's been a great help in that regard. Oh man. This is embarrassing. It's kind of like a parent-teacher conference. I wouldn't mind it so much if we were just Kiritsugu or Fujini, but for some reason it's especially embarrassing to have Saber here about me. I see. That certainly does seem to be Shirou's field of expertise. It's not all, but we end up relying on him every event of it as well. Or rather, now that I think about it, you could say that he's always helping somebody out. I see. That does sound quite like Shirou. Ha 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 ha. Yes, I was thinking the same thing. It's just how Emiya is. It really is quite troublesome. About that, Issei, could you describe in detail what he does? All kinds of matters. It would take me all day to list them, so I'll talk about the industry ones. A couple of giddy honor students, these two. Whatever, just do as you please. It dragged on for a long, torturous hour. The two of them were already talking really excitedly, but at this rate, the daylight will be gone. We still haven't even seen a lot of the school, so I suggest we take a break for today. Sorry for keeping you. Please enjoy the rest of your sightseeing. No apology needed. It was a very valuable talk. Now that I know about another side of Shirou, in addition to that one that Tiger described. Ha ha ha. Well, I shall be happy to entertain you again anytime you like. If you wouldn't mind coming over to the temple again next time, we'll be glad to have you. That way I can offer you some proper hospitality. By all means, if I get a chance. Issei, you still haven't told her enough? Of course not. Out of the album of memories I've made over these 3 years, today was only a page of it. Next time, I'll tell you about your second year. Let's go, Saber. I had no idea Issei could be this talkative. If we stay, he'll keep us here all night. I suppose so. Then until next time, Issei. Yes, our second year. We were getting ready for the main event. Our summer training camp and... Hey, they're gone? Or rather, did I get carried away and make a shameful display of myself? Oh, man. We spent the afternoon leisurely. We visited all of the special classrooms like the music and AV rooms, and then the gym in the library, and then the student cafeteria. Showing Saber around, who had never seen his school before, turned out to be more fun than I expected. I think it was well worth it. We continued into the evening. The students had become heading home, and we started thinking of doing the same. Last of all, I want to see your classroom, Shirou. For the first time today, Saber asks to go somewhere on her own. So this is your classroom? It really does not look much different than any of the other rooms. Well, of course. Told you all the classrooms look the same. The only difference between the classes would have been what's on their bulletin boards and stuff like marks on the desks. I see. Then Shirou's desk would be this one, am I right? Using some kind of intuition, Saber points out my exact seat. In the middle of the well-kept desks, I spy a grievous scar. It's as if it was dealt a horrific blow by an iron hammer. Shirou, what in the world could have... That was the time Fujini face-planted on my desk and left a crater with her head. She kept teaching the class while blood gushed out all over the place. In my 3 years here, that was the first legend of Fujimura. I see. It is a mark quite unlike yourself, and I thought it unseemly. But if Tiger were responsible for it, then I would say it fits you well, Shirou. With that oddly cheerful comment, Saber walks around the classroom. Even though there shouldn't be anything worth seeing here, she seems to be happier here than she's been all day. Well, since we've come all this way. Hey, Saber. Sorry to ask this all of a sudden, but why are you so interested in my school? My question has been nagging me since this morning. For no particular reason. I was mainly interested in the life you lead at school, Shirou. It is thanks to you and Tiger that I was able to experience it firsthand. I get it, but I still haven't fulfilled even half of that wish. It's the school life that Saber had said she was interested in. Not the buildings, but the everyday life that people spend in it. I guess we've come during a weekday. You wanted to see the classes, right? I guess we should have come during the weekday. You wanted to see the classes, right? I suppose so. I would have liked to have watched it in my own leisure. Unfortunately, I cannot assume a spirit form. What's wrong with that? Why don't you just transfer in? I'm sure Tosaka can take care of the paperwork. I see, nods Saber. That would be splendid. I had not thought of that. Right? Okay, why don't we check in with Tosaka after we get home? Knowing her, she'll probably scramble to have it all set up before we know it. Fujini will surely help out with it too. I babble on like an idiot, as if in a fever dream. Yes, I very much look forward to it, Shirou. Saber answers with a lovely smile. Though I'm wondering just what she's thinking about behind that smile. I still don't know the difference between a promise and a wish. And like that, our brief respite came to an end. Just as it was this morning, our walk home is calm and leisurely. The view overlooking the town from the hill road is different than usual. No, I should say the view is always different. I normally just don't take the time to pay attention to it. Stopping for a moment, Saber turns her soft gaze towards the town. Do you see something, Saber? I ask as casually as I can. I call it to her in my usual voice, so as not to spoil the fun we had today. Oh. Yeah, nothing in particular. This is the town of Fuyuki, as we have always known it. A gentle breeze wafts through the air, her golden hair swaying in the wind. Our pleasant day is about to end. Then let's go home. You said there wasn't anything special, right? Yes. I would still like to stay here and look a little bit longer, so that I will remember this view as long as I live. Oh, you're exaggerating. It's no big deal, you know. You can come out here and look again tomorrow. Not just tomorrow, but until eternity. The Holy Grail War will never end. Even if I were to die and she were to disappear, this peaceful life would go on forever. For as long as the fighting never ends, and as long as no one wishes for it to end, that promise will never be reduced to a simple wish. But you can never allow that. You do not have the patience for it, after all. Sunset is beautiful. No, that's not it. What's beautiful is that she... Is that all right? In this utopia where nobody has been lost, you alone see the value in lost things. Above all, that she feels the beauty of this sunset. I finally understand. This whole day she didn't hide her face even once. She saw that promise off with a smile. A promise that she could fulfill if she only wished for it. That's right. I'm gonna settle this Holy Grail War once and for all. Such self-righteousness. There's really no need to end the war. I could just sleep until the 4th day. I could just close my eyes and let the 4 days pass me by. With that alone, this strangeness would end. But that's not possible for Emiya Shirou. That would be to disregard that which was lost. To surrender to ignorant bliss, a life without progress. He won't accept the most convenient happiness. He's not one to take whatever's thrown at him. This self-declared hero that's twisted to the bone. Yeah, you and many others might find that reprehensible. But I find it noble instead. Yes, you and many others may find it reprehensible, but I find it noble instead. You will end the Holy Grail War, whether I try to stop you or help you. I'm sure the end result will not change. That's why she didn't make any promises she couldn't keep. And watching a well-made tale unfold, she simply smiled and closed her eyes till tomorrow. Is that really alright? My thoughts are a lot closer to being stubborn and fanatical. Yes, I shall continue to protect that pride. Until the very end, the alpha of my life is your sword. Now this one is a promise. She swore an oath to fight alongside me. Without an ounce of regret, she will continue cutting the dream spectacularly into ribbons. Please do not make such a sad face. It'll be alright. Even if the end comes, it will not be farewell. It won't? No. Oops, shit. We shall each return to the future we desire. Well, of course. Whatever that desired future is, we'll know when the dark night ends. There's nothing to be afraid of. The light of the brightest star of them all is guiding me forward. Let's go home, Saber. Thanks for today. No soul. I should be the one thanking you, Shirou. We resume walking. A curtain falls on another day. Now, when I wake up, I'll have to keep living a life worthy of this sword myself. Saber as a guiding star. Ooh. Check that out later. Shit. Of course it's all on the last day. You know what? It's late, and this has gone on long, and I want to cut it, so... And that's a problem for next week, me. In the meantime, hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day, rest of your week. That last bit did feel more like a closing statement than the rest, so I'll leave it at that. And hope you guys take care of yourselves. And I will see you next time. Bye now.